Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and today's in our Sensational Set Sunday. We will be continuing our food issue talk, covering the years 1990 to 1992. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think I bit off more than I can chew as far as these food issue items. There are so many of them, and 1990 through 1992 is no exception. There's a ton of cards. Also with that, I think I need to take a break from the food issue items, at least for now, because the biggest reason is my collection is not up to date as far as being organized. So I know there's more food issue items in 1993 and probably into 1994 and so on, but I don't have any of those cards organized yet, so I don't want to try to put on a show without at least having all my cards in front of me. So we'll be taking a break from the food issue items after this week, but right now let's just get started because there's so many of them. So before we get started with the 1990, I kind of missed a card here, which might be, I don't know, it's not really a Nolan Ryan card, but it kind of is. So I'm just going to show it. It's this 1980 Hunts baseball cards, and it's from O-Pee-Chee, so it was printed in Canada, and I don't know any more about it than that, but I decided to include it in this because it's a food issue item, and Nolan is on the back of it. So he is pitching. He led the league in the strikeouts with 383. So it has them down there at the bottom. So I'm including that in our food issue items because I really don't know where else to include it. And it's funny because this isn't, from what I understand, from what I've seen, it's not on any like PSA set registry or anything like that. It's not even on tcdb.com, and I don't even really know how I came across it, to be honest. I saw it on eBay one day. I was probably just looking for general Nolan Ryan, and this came up like weirdly, and I never saw it before, and it was cheap, so I picked it up because it was just different. So that's that. This is from 1980. All right, so 1990. This next card, I'm not even quite sure if it's really a food issue item, but it's called the 1990 All-American Baseball Team through MSA. And since MSA, Michael Schefter and Associates, they produce a ton of food issue items, including stuff in this time frame. So I'm just going to include this card in there because it fits. But to really start it off, here is the King B discs. So King B discs were distributed, again, I think I mentioned this, last week. You could buy these in like plastic containers that looked like kind of like hockey pucks. And it had like this powdery version of beef jerky in it that, I don't know, I enjoyed it. I remember that as a kid. But it would like kind of just melt on your tongue. But these were on the top of them. And this one was a 24 card set. So there's that. And then here we go with the Mother's Cookies. So Mother's Cookies had a number of sets in the 90s. And this one starts off with the 5,000 Ks, which is a 4 card set. And I don't really know how these were distributed. I couldn't find that information. Not sure if these were like given away in cookie bags. We don't have Mother's Cookies up here as far as I know. At least we didn't back then. And I think Mother's Cookies is defunct now, but I'm not sure. Again, because we don't have it up here in Pennsylvania. But that's the first one of 4. And then the second card from that set is this guy. So it just commemorates Nolan's 5,000 Ks. And then the third one, kind of a weird picture of Nolan there with his, I guess he's tucking the fastball behind his back. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's just weird to me, but cool nonetheless. Different kind of photo. So I'm all about it. And then for the fourth card of the Mother's Cookies, 5,000 Ks, sorry. 5,000 Ks is this guy here. And then I think, if I remember right, there was also a panel. Yep, there was a panel for the 5,000 Ks. Ignore that top one there, but here's the panel. So these were, again, I don't know how these were distributed, but these were a panel, and you could hand cut these. And the hand cuts are part of the PSA database. So I have that, and I also have it autographed by Nolan there, which is pretty cool. Love that. So that's the Mother's Cookies 5,000 Ks set. And then on top of that, Mother's Cookies also made a Texas Rangers team set of 28 cards, with Nolan being number 2 in the set. And again, probably distributed at a Rangers game at some point in 1990, but I couldn't find the date or any information about this card whatsoever. So, but like the other teams, team issued ones in previous years by Mother's Cookies, those were usually given out at the stadium on a particular date. So that, I'm imagining that's what happened here. And then there's the MSA Superstar discs, which I don't know too much about these either, because, well, we'll talk about it in a second. But here's the back. So this one says 4th annual on the front here on the side, and collector's edition here. And it's a non-licensed product because you don't see the Texas Rangers hat on him, like the logo. And there's the back there, so he was number 20 of 20. And this was indeed a 20 card set, but these were also issued in panels, which I don't have the panels, but it would have Steve Sachs would be hooked on the Nolan, and then there would be like this little advertisement disc next to Steve Sachs. So use your imagination. And then, and also in 1990 there was the Post, and this was the first time Post issued cards. And I always thought that was kind of like a iconic food issue card from my childhood. I just remember that for some reason or another. But Nolan was number 11 of 30. And these were distributed in marked boxes of the cereal, of course, and they were made by MSA, produced by MSA. So then moving on, there's also Tetley T discs, which were very similar to the MSA discs. So So the Tetley T disc. I do not have a single of Nolan, but here he is with Steve Sachs. If you recall last week, the M&M's panel had Nolan Ryan and Steve Sachs. So I don't know if it was like, maybe it was like just alphabetical order, I guess, maybe. But for some reason, Nolan Ryan and Steve Sachs are tied together. But this one says Tetley T, whereas the MSA one just says Superstars on it. But other than that, it's basically the same photo. Here's the back of the Tetley T one. But this one's number, Nolan was number 20. And then Steve Sachs was number 19. So I don't know. That doesn't make much sense. I guess it's not in alphabetical order, but whatever. But again, there was a perforated another disc on here that was basically it was just an advertisement disc where it would talk about this like calendar that you could get. I don't have that. They're pretty expensive from what I saw on eBay. I saw one selling for like $100. I didn't look at ones that have been sold or not, but I don't know. Pretty cool. So then there was also this Wonder Stars card, which I'll show you in a second here. So the Wonder Stars card was in packages of Wonder Bread, and again unlicensed, no Texas Rangers symbol up there, but a cool card nonetheless. Pretty cool back too. Has a signature, facsimile signature on the back, making it pretty awesome. But this one was a 20 card set. You could also get a whole uncut sheet through the mail for like $3, and it had 20 different players on there, so that was pretty cool. What number is he on this one? This one's number 16 of 20. So I like that card. I think it's a pretty cool card. All right. So then moving on, that finishes up 1990. So that was kind of a lot. 1991 didn't have so many, but it still had quite a few. So we're going to start off with a wholesome Superstars disc, which I guess were found in like these packages of bakery items from Wholesome Bakeries. And this says it's licensed here, but I guess, I don't know, they didn't use the Texas Rangers symbol on it. But the Wholesome cards or discs were a 20 disc set, and this one's number 19 of 20. Pretty cool. And then one of my favorite cards is this jumbo California Sunflower Seeds card, which also has a facsimile signature Nolan up there. I don't know, I just like this design. I like the colors that are used. I like the logo up there. I think it's a pretty attractive looking card to me. It uses all these bright colors and stuff, and on the back it has all Nolan's stats. And this one was a 24 card set. Nolan was number 20, and of course it was in marked packages of jumbo California Sunflower Seeds, which I don't ever recall seeing when I was a kid. But again, these were produced by MSA, so it's just a cool card. I really like that. And then again, Mother's Cookies had another set, a 4-card set, that commemorated Nolan's 300 wins. So this is card number 1. And again, I don't know too much about this set. I don't know how it was distributed. I don't know if it was just in packages of Mother's Cookies, if it was distributed at a game. Not entirely sure. And here's the second card. Nolan taking a knee. And the third card. And then the fourth card. Pretty cool. It uses the 300 on there on the ball. I think that's pretty sweet. Here's the back. And then, so on top of that, they also had a panel, hand cut panel. So I showed you the bottom here for his 5,000 strikeouts. His top one here is just the same cards, but if you ever see these out in the wild, they won't have the rounded corners like the regular Mother's Cookies cards do. So here's the regular Mother's Cookies. You can see it has rounded edges, whereas if you get the hand cut version, which are on the PSA website for part of the checklist items, these are the hand cuts. They'll have square edges, so that's pretty cool. And then I also have this autographed version of it. I got these cheap. I think I only paid like $45 for, I think, both of these together. So yeah, I'll take a Nolan Ryan autograph panel of 4 cards or 8 cards, 2 autographs for $45. It might have been a little bit more than that, but it definitely was not expensive. But I'm pretty sure those autographs are legit. So, and I'm not too worried about it because I also have the hand cut panel version, so that's pretty sweet. So, and the backs look the same too. Okay, so that gets rid of the panels, and then Mother's Cookies also had the team issue, Texas Rangers team issue one. So this is that. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Wait, is that right? What is this? Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry. This is the 4th card with the 300. So that's not the team issue. I don't have the team issue yet. It's coming in the mail. I saw that I didn't have it, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And because these cards aren't that expensive. They're only like maybe $3 or something like that. So I did end up looking for it, and I found one that was in good enough shape on eBay, so I just picked it up. But okay, so moving on from Mother's Cookies, our Post cereal again. So this is the 2nd year the Post cereal came out, and it has a nice yellow outer border and a blue inner border. Again, no symbology on the uniform, but so Post this was also a 30 card set that was found in the cereal boxes that said, hey, come buy us, we have baseball cards in them. So Nolan Ryan signature down there, facsimile signature, and also produced by MSA. So there's that. But in addition to the American version, there is also this Canada version. So French up top on the one side. Uses the same photo that's on the American, but it has different borders, of course, and has a little bit less stats on the back. But it even says Nolan Ryan do Texas. So pretty cool card. It has pitcher 6'2", and then it has Lancier on the one side there in French. So cool card. And then finally, I don't understand why this wouldn't be on the checklist, both on TCDB website and on PSA. But This is the Cracker Jack Nolan Ryan card from 1991. Right there. So it's just a miniature version of the tops. Let me get closer. And here's David Justice, Will Clark, and Robin Yount, I think, right? Yeah. And then on the back, and I like the back because it has the Cracker Jack logo on it, so I think that's really cool. But for some reason or another, it's not on the website, so, or on any checklist. And maybe I missed it, I don't know, but I didn't see it. So that ends 1991. One more year to go, and it's a doozy, guys. It's got a ton of cards in it, so yeah. And the first one that starts off is the Coca-Cola Donruss Coca-Cola cards. So this was a 26 card set, and I forget how these were distributed. They're probably distributed in packages of Coca-Cola, like either the case or the 12 can packaging, I would suppose. But this is the first one. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them, but they're cool cards. They have cool photos, like this one's with when Nolan was with the Mets, and he's holding a bat there. Is he holding it? Yeah, he's holding the bat there, and that's a pretty cool card. You don't see that too often, so I'll give them credit for that. Here's the second card, again Nolan with the Mets, and the back. And then the third card, again with the Mets, and the back. Fourth card, Mets, the back. I'm just going to blow through these guys because there's a ton of them. Then it goes to the Angels. And it just has a ton of information on the back. Like, if you like reading the backs of your cards, these are pretty good. They talk about his strikeout records and, his no-hitters. More Angels. There's a nice high leg kick one there. There's one with a smile on his face. He must be throwing a no-hitter there, or striking out somebody, or maybe he just got done beaming somebody. There's another good one. That's a great picture. I love that one. That's a sweet one in his rainbow uniform there. Another one in the rainbow. Love that orange hat. That orange hat's killer. More Astros. These are easy to get, guys. They're cheap, not hard to get. Mine are not in that great a shape, but I think most of them are from my childhood, so I have them still. Another high leg kick one. Blue Astros, also like that in uniform too, pretty sweet. More Astros. Almost done. 6 more cards of the Coca-Cola. I told you there's a ton of them. I guess they're commemorating each of Nolan's 26 years because maybe they thought it was going to be his last year pitching. That's my guess. But no, he still had most of another year left before his arm finally said enough is enough. There's one with the Rangers there. And then finally, one at his ranch with his dog, which they use this photo for a lot of cards, especially the newer Topps cards have kind of this exact same photo. All right, so on top of the Coca-Cola cards, they also had Donruss had Cracker Jack card, which was really small. Let me see if I can get that in there so you guys can see it. The Cracker Jack cards were a 36 card set, and I guess they were probably in those boxes of Cracker Jack, and they were probably in a little wrapper because this doesn't have any like food particles on it, residue, I should say. And then on top of the Cracker Jack, Donruss also had a McDonald's, so you could get this card. If it was part of a 27 card set and it was distributed as 4 cards, and you could get it if you spent 39 cents on top of your breakfast entree or sandwich meal. Deal. I'll take a Nolan for 39 cents, especially if it's in a 9. I'm pretty sure the PSA case was not included, but hey, cool card nonetheless. And then Jimmy Dean, which was everyone's favorite breakfast meats. So nice Jimmy Dean from 1992. I love that facsimile signature in gold. This is a pretty sweet card, actually. It's got gold foil. They spent a lot of time on this. And there was only actually 6 cards in this set. So it was Nolan Ryan and also George Brett, Carlton Fisk, Ozzie Smith, Robin Yount, and Cal Ripken Jr. Cool card. And here comes one of my favorite cards. Actually, before that, there was another King B disc for the beef jerky, which had the, again, like the hockey puck like container. I don't have that. I wish I did. I probably will get it at some point. But after that, we're going to the Mootown Snackers, which my friend at Lonely Basement Baseball Cards, congratulations to him for picking up the Don Mattingly and Kevin Moss in this. But I have the Nolan here. So this was a 24 card set. Most of these are like 24 card sets. I don't know why, I guess. But this one's in the PSA 9, which is cool. But they also came with a panel. Let me show that. So here it is with the panel. It has like a checklist on that side. And if you haven't checked out Lonely Basement Baseball Cards, you should, because especially if you're a Yankees fan, he collects a lot of Yankees and Don Mattingly and things like that. So if you haven't checked out his channel, it's really cool. He has a lot of cool stuff. I enjoy it. So there's the Mootown Snackers. And then we get into Mother's Cookies from 1992. And they again had another set of 7 no-hitters to commemorate Nolan's 7 no-hitters. So this was an 8 card set. And you'll see why in a second why it was 8 and not 7. But there's the first card. Second card. Third card. Fourth card, which is awesome because it has his 4th no-hitter holding those 4 balls there. It's pretty sweet. Love that card. Fifth card with the Astrodome. Shout out to Brent Richards there if he's tuning in. Look at the ceiling of the Astrodome there. That's a pretty sweet card. They've used this picture on a number of cards, especially some more recent ones. But that is a sweet card. I love it. And here's another Nolan Ryan one, of course. His 6th out of 8 cards. Very cool. And then the 7th one, him celebrating after his 7th. That's an awesome one. The old man showing everybody how it's done. And then for the 8th card of the set, which I love because it's like, do I have an 8th one in me? I don't know, maybe. Unfortunately, he did not, but still a very cool card nonetheless. And then Mother's Cookies had a Texas Rangers set, 28 card set. Again, probably handed out at the stadium, but here's the Nolan from that. This one's number 2. Okay, almost done, guys. We got 3 more cards left. If you can hang in there with me. So the mother. We also had. Let me see here. This was the Mr. Turkey, which was a hand cut card. And I don't know what Mr. Turkey is. I couldn't find too much information about it, but you can also get it on the full box, which is part of the PSA checklist. I do not have the full box, I just have this, but this was a 26 card set. Nolan is number 20. So really cool. And then Post, for the 3rd year, had a 30 card set. And Nolan was number 27 of 30. That's a cool design too. Really like that card. Okay, and then the final card, which is kind of weird because if you remember from a few minutes ago, we had McDonald's MVP card, and that was made by Donruss. But then Topps also had a McDonald's card, which was baseball's best. And I don't know how you got these. But I'm sure it's probably similar to how the Donruss one was had. So, and that is the back with the cool McDonald's logo there. It's got a nice red border. I like that. But I like this card too. It's sharp. It's got gold foil on it and everything else. So for a 90s card, that's really cool. But that, guys, finally wraps it up for food issue cards from 1990 to 1992. And like I said, there was a ton of them. So let me know what you guys think of all of them. Which one was your favorite? Which one you didn't like? Or whatever, I enjoy reading all your comments. And, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.